Hey guys, it's Andrew Esquivel here, back with another tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to get your mystery snail eggs to hatch. So if you've had a mystery snail in your aquarium like that guy right there, you may come across some eggs that look like this. My camera to focus on it really quick. There we go. Now, there are certain things you have to make sure happen in order for the eggs to come to fruition to where you too can get baby mystery snails. As you can see, I've got plenty growing inside of my little containment unit here, and this all came from one egg sac. So if you do this, be prepared to have a lot of baby snails. It's actually not all that hard. Mystery snails will lay their eggs just above the water line, and they do this for two reasons. One, if a mystery snail egg sac is submerged underwater, they will not come to fruition. All the mystery snail eggs in that sac will die. And that's because mystery snails actually breathe air. That's why they come and crawl up your glass from time to time, and they have a little organ that siphons air from the top. It's kind of like a little cylindrical arm that comes up and allows them to breathe the air without coming out of the water. Baby mystery snails are laid above the water because they do need access to direct oxygen through the air. The problem is you can't just leave it be. They need to remain moist because they are aquatic creatures. So in order to do this, there's not really much you have to do. Simply don't fill your tank all the way up to the top. Let it have some room for the eggs to be inside of the area of the tank where it's going to be above the water line so that it doesn't stay submerged. Next, two basic things. You have a Versatop on your tank, hopefully. And if you'll notice, all these dots and everything, all this water, this is condensation buildup. And that's because we have a heater in the back of the tank, and my current tank temperature, 74.8. Preferably you'd want it a little warmer than that, maybe 76, 78 degrees around there. But if you have the heater in the Versatop, it keeps the condensation building up, and what it does is it will keep the eggs moist due to the condensation that builds up in the tank naturally, so long as you have the heater in the Versatop. And because they're above the water line, they could also breathe oxygen while remaining moist. Give it a few weeks, and then you'll start to notice the egg sac has some ripples in it. And that's because the baby mystery snails have come to fruition, come out of the egg sac, and they're going to be super, super tiny, to the point where you're probably going to need a magnifying glass, about 10 times zoom, or 10 times magnified, to see them properly, and they will grow really quickly. These guys right here haven't been with me all that long, maybe 2-3 weeks. So make sure that your mystery snails are in hard water, generally around 250 parts per million general hardness. Put them in a containment unit like this so that they have a fair shot at growing up without being eaten if you have any fish that might see them as potential food. I personally feed them algae wafers as well as blanched zucchini. I cannot stress enough how important it is to give them blanched vegetables, like blanched zucchini, blanched cucumber, stuff like that, because it contains a lot of calcium that they really, really need in order for their shell growth to be good. Mystery snails can't just survive off of algae alone. They're not really algae-eating snails. So even though I feed them algae wafers, that's still not enough. The algae wafers contain a lot more than just algae, and they're very fibrous, as well as the blanched zucchini and cucumber that I feed. If you don't know how to do that, blanching a zucchini or cucumber, I have a tutorial here on YouTube. It's very, very simple, and it's extremely inexpensive. Very much worth your time to do so. Your fish and snails will thank you tremendously for it. That's why all my snail shells look really good. They're not cracked like you see in aquarium or pet stores with aquatic pets. So hopefully this little guide has helped you out, and you know that there's really nothing particularly special you have to do, so long as you have the tank set up properly. So, there you go. That's all the information you really need. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, show your friends, check out my other videos. I got plenty of them, and as always, thanks for watching.